The new Genesis hypercar is finally on track. The newly formed Genesis Magma Racing is moving forward with plans to debut their brand new LMDH car in 2026, with the first ever on-track outing being completed by the new GMR-001 ahead of many more scheduled appearances on a racetrack. And in this video, I'll be sharing all the details that you need to know about our first look of the Genesis Magma Racing hypercar on the racecourse. Genesis has been gradually progressing their new endurance program before their car makes its official racing debut in 7 months' time at the Qatar 1812 kilometer in March of 2026. Let me reiterate from previous projects in saying that this car is based around the LMDH regulations and not the Le Mans hypercar rule set. It features a twin-turbocharged 3.2-liter V8 engine, and it is using a chassis from Orica, the same constructor supplying the chassis to Acura and Alpine, in addition to another new LMDH challenger coming in 2027 from Ford. Now, the South Korean automaker has officially taken the next step forward in the development process of their new hypercar, beginning with this first ever outing of the LMDH Challenger. On Wednesday, August 13th, the Genesis GMR-001 took to the Paul Ricard circuit in France for its first public outing on a racetrack. And by the way, that is the closest circuit to the headquarters of Genesis Magma Racing, with the facilities in Le Castellet, France, being recently opened for use. To be clear, this is the first functional chassis from Orica for Genesis, and this outing at Paul Ricard was just a shakedown and not an official test. The car was seen in full carbon during the Paul Ricard shakedown and didn't feature its Magma Racing orange colored livery, which was recently revealed at the New York International Auto Show ahead of use in the 2026 World Endurance Championship season. But let's face it, the GMR-001 in all carbon looks pretty epic. Team principal of Genesis Magma Racing's new project, Cyril Abiteboul, spoke about the prospects of many milestones being completed. His words are as follows: "We are at a time where we seem to be passing milestones every day, but this is exactly what we must be doing. After planning for and talking about these moments for the last 8 months, to be able to see a finished car running exactly as we planned is incredibly exciting." We are also starting the process of moving into the new Genesis Magma Racing facility at Le Castellet. The start of testing is the beginning of bringing the different streams of work together: the design and development of the chassis, the design and development of the engine, equipping a workshop, and building the team. 3-time overall winner of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, Andre Lotterer, and 2-time IMSA champion Pipo Derani both got a chance to drive the new GMR-001 in its first official shakedown at Paul Ricard, and both drivers had positive feedback to give back about the brand new hypercar, and we'll be seeing Lotterer and Derani drive the car once the first official tests begin. Next year, Genesis Magma Racing will be competing with 2 cars racing full-time in the FIA World Endurance Championship, in addition to the South Korean car manufacturer making their debut at the 24 Hours of Le Mans to fight for the overall victory. But they won't be competing in IMSA at all in 2026. However, Genesis will be joining the WeatherTech Series grid in 2027 to compete in the GTP category. It's unclear what track Genesis will be heading to next with their V8-powered LMDH car, but the new team confirmed that they'll be testing across multiple different circuits in Europe, which seemingly includes the very track that they did the shakedown at, Circuit Paul Ricard in Le Castellet, France, considering the proximity to the team's headquarters. And Genesis also announced that they are working on introducing 3 development cars for their testing program before the car makes its international debut in Qatar in 2026. But that's that. We now have our first official look of the new GMR-001 on track, as Lotterer and Derani drove the first functional entry at Paul Ricard during the shakedown. But now I'm interested to know, what are your thoughts following the first official outing for the Genesis hypercar on the Paul Ricard circuit? and be sure to let me know everything in the comments below.